Hi, welcome everyone to another edition of Gavin Plays Minecraft here on the ftwcraft.org server. Today, we're going to check out this desert temple that's behind us. It's not quite, it's not in the desert, it's actually in a savanna, but it's the closest temple that we have to the house. We're going to kind of get an idea of the overall schematics that we need to make sure we remember to recreate today when we create the temple at the house. So, quick shout out to Danny Boy 1986. I found his video on YouTube yesterday, and it basically was like a how to build a desert temple replica. So basically, how it's generated in the game. He kind of walked through each level. So I'm gonna throw a link into the description for that video because we're gonna kind of be following basically what he did. But let's take a closer look at this temple. And I've got my trusty mule with me, and ooh, pardon. Let's go ahead and put you here, and hopefully you don't run away. All right. So the basic gist of this place is we've got it's a 21 by 21 square, and up on top is basically just a quick entrance into it. Now this temple I think was already ransacked by Tom. Who was that one guy, Tom, on the server? So obviously, there's nothing in here that we need to check out specifically as far as goods. He has already started to kind of deconstruct this area. So unfortunately, it's really weird. We have world border on the server, so we can only go 2,000 blocks out. But there's only two temples on the server that we could find. This one, which was just generated after we did the world edit. So, and then there was another one that was generated from 1.6.5, I think. But unfortunately, it's been like totally ruined. So, this is our closest temple, and we're just kind of get an idea of how everything looks. So, like I said, it's 21 by 21. I think this comes out about 7 blocks, and it's just like a nice little lookout area. So when we create ours, we'll probably do something similar. Maybe put a fencing on it, so it's kind of like a balcony. We'll probably treat it as a balcony. One thing to note is pretty much every doorway is using smooth stone, while the rest of it is regular sandstone. Let's head down here. This room, I think he did remove some pillars. There's normally pillars on either side, so we will have the pillars, but we might change it up just slightly, mainly because we need to. Oh yeah, and he made this little stairway to go all the way down. Well, we don't need to do this. So yeah, we're gonna basically make the a desert temple. Straight up, no major alterations to it. However, inside, we're going to make it so it can hold chests. So we might not need to do anything, but we're going to have 2 sets of chests. The first set is going to be our armory. So weapons and armor. So that'll go on the main floor. And then down in the shaft, the main treasure shaft, we're going to the alteration is we're going to do like a spiral staircase around it so that we can easily get down there. So, but that's where we're going to hold all of our gold and all of our diamonds and iron and emeralds. So yeah, but I think this is going to be really fun, and I've already kind of mapped it out at the house. So let's quickly go back to the house and check it out. Start building. All right, so we're back here at the farm, and I brought my bed out so we can quickly make it day as we need it. All right, so here's the plot of land that we're going to be using. So I've kind of mapped it out already. with this little dirt border. So let me try to get a overview shot real quick. Let's go up there. All right. So from up here we can see. I'll try to get this last corner. Okay, so it's actually fairly large, but not as big as I was expecting before. So we're just going to kind of take over this this back corner, but we have to figure out how the rest of the sand area is going to connect with it. So obviously a lot of sand that we're going to have to pull out, just because. Well, first of all, we have to figure out where the bottom is going to be. So, I think that we should stick as close to this level as possible, and this level is 64. So, yeah, I think we should stick to about 64. I think right now this is at 66, but I think we'll go all the way down to 64. That way there's just like an easy transition into it, or maybe 65 and we can do like a slab steps kind of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, so overall, pretty nice. Ooh. Let's I foresee myself falling into this hole. Okay. So yeah, I definitely foresee this taking quite a bit of time as far as leveling everything out, and then we also have to decide what's going to happen in that top corner, just because it's going to be a bit of a drop. So maybe we should also consider not doing it so low. But let's talk about the front real quick. So front door is right here, so like right in the middle. It's about a 5-block opening in total. And then we've got a 3-block gap on either side, and then a 5x5 tower that I think. Let me try to remember what the schematics were. So it was 5x5 all the way around, and then it went. I want to say maybe 5 blocks high to match with, as far as the top of the opening goes, and then maybe another 5 or 6 blocks up. I can't recall offhand how tall it was. Actually, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, the entire base 21 by 21, and there's like a 5-block high total as far as on that base before we start doing the risers. We've got the towers are 5x5 by 9. Plus there's like a 1 to 2 block decoration thing at the top that we're going to have to decide how we want to do. Yeah, the entrance is 5x5 by 4. So, and then it's got another 2-block decoration at top that we might play around with. We might not do it exactly. But the pyramid aspect of it is only about 9 high. So, so it's not as tall as the rest of the building. So we're gonna have to decide how we're going to really get into that. So I think what I'm gonna do for at least this portion of it, as far as clearing this out, is I'm gonna do this off of camera, and then when we're actually building, I might do that as a time lapse, because I think that'd be interesting to see how everything kind of takes shape as we do it. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to clear out this sand, and then we'll see what we have to work with. All right, so we're back here outside, and man, we cut into the house just a little bit. So we had to remove the. Let's just go over there and I'll show you. So we had to we cut one wall, and that was the inside here. So just it was the wall, and then we did remove the this little border that we had. So so we cut 2 blocks in, and then we also had to remove this area. But for now, I'm going to leave these chests here because they'll be used They'll be inside this room anyways, but we probably will have to move them inside a bit more. Oops. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to probably go 3 or 4 blocks up before we start really building. I probably am going to fill in this water because we don't necessarily need it, or I'll just cover it up. I think maybe covering it up with some sandstone might be better, and then we can use that for something else. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I'm gonna jump into a time lapse right now, and by the time we get done, we'll have a finished desert temple. Stay tuned. Oh, actually, before we get started, I do want to send a shout out to Versi Jones. He's the guy who is doing the music. I'll post a link in the description so you guys can check him out. He's got a bunch of stuff in his SoundCloud profile as well as his YouTube. Some just general mixing. This one that we're going to be using is original, but he does some really cool mixes with like wrestling themes and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. I'll be posting that in the description. So, anyways, Desert Temple time. Stay tuned. right, so here we are. Finally, we are finally pretty much wrapped up. There's a few more finishing touches that we can still add to it, but let's go around and take a look. But overall, yeah, this was a really simple simple project. I thought it was going to be a little bit more complicated and harder, but luckily, we lucked out. So, but overall, it's got the pyramid sides, and we might even these up a little bit. Maybe put some stairs up so that it's easier to climb. This is our little landing, and this I'm not sure about. The tail end of the video or at least of the time lapse, you saw I put this slab in there, but I feel like this is a weird turn. So I'm not totally happy with that. I wanna change that up. So phase two of this project is going to be extending. Well, not necessarily extending this out, but maybe fencing this up so that this is a nice little lookout, to the farm. Or maybe we'll take some of this sand down. Haven't really quite figured that part out yet, but definitely over on this side. This will be a nice little lookout so we can see the stars during the night. I think that'll be pretty cool as well. I'm not digging the way this hole. So we'll probably put some glass here. But I do like that part. Maybe we'll put glass on top too. That way we don't have creepers falling in on us. Down here, we've trapped our chests, so we're going to have to pull that out, but I need to clear my inventory first. But I think overall, if I can get into it, I think overall we can probably take... we could probably put the armory right in the back here. So chest. Ooh. All right. Don't hold on to ender pearls. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. So chest there, and then maybe we could put a pillar, and then chest. So that's 2, 3, 4. 4 chests, and that's all we need. We just need 1 for swords, 1 for bow and arrow, 1 for gold armor and diamond armor, and 1 for iron and leather. So I think that'll be pretty cool. And actually, let's mark this out so that we remember. So put a pillar there, and a pillar here, and not there. And another nice thing about this is if we put pillars here and chests in between, we can hide some glowstone behind it, which would look pretty nice. Let's see how that looks. So we'll put 1 there for now and 1 here for now. Yeah, so just to lighten up the area so we don't necessarily need torches in here either. So the next, as far as phase 2 goes, so phase 2 is moving these chests back. And I think that's going to be a pretty simple job. Maybe putting some glass here. So I'm thinking maybe some orange glass. Maybe we repeat this pattern here. So orange, 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 and then maybe some white glass in between. And then right in the center, we'll put a piece of blue glass. I think that would look pretty cool. And so there's a few things. The first thing is as I was doing this, I thought, well, we've got this single block hole. What if all the way at the bottom of our shaft, that little treasure shaft, we put a beacon, and this is where our beacon shines through. So I think that's part of phase 2 as well, is to move the beacon here, because right now it's just at the front of the house, and it's not really serving much of a purpose there. I just wanted to get it kind of set up. So yeah, I think that'd be cool to have the beacon shoot through there. Also with phase 2 is just the general cleanup of, at least pillaring down so that it's not so open and unsturdy looking. But I still think we can probably cover up some of this area. But overall, I'm digging a look at this. I think we want to change out this sandstone that's on top and maybe put some smooth stone. Maybe add like a pattern, with this orange clay. I think that would look pretty cool. We also have to take out some of the sandstone that's here because the pattern that was used included smooth sandstone all the way around it. So we're gonna mock that up as well. So, but overall, yeah, I'm really excited about this project. But this is just phase one, was just setting it up, and now we're gonna tinker around with it. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.